First is on care for our common home. Laudato si mi Signore means praise be to you, my Lord. In the words of this beautiful canticle, Saint Francis of Assisi reminds us that our common home is like a sister with whom we share our life and a beautiful mother who opens her arms to embrace us. Second is everything is connected, including the economy. One of the greatest contributions of Laudato Si is that it offers what theologians call a systematic approach to an issue. He links all of us to creation. We are part of nature, included in it, and thus, it in constant interaction with it. But our decisions, particularly about production and consumption, have an inevitable effect on the environment. Third is the poor are disproportionately affected by climate change. The disproportionate effect of environmental change on the poor and on the developing world is highlighted in almost every section of the encyclical. Indeed, near the beginning of Laudato Si, the Pope states that focus on the poor is one of the central themes of the encyclical, and he provides many painful examples of the effects of climate change, whose worst impacts are felt by those living the developing countries.
The two best practices we have in our country and the two challenges we have. The two best practices that we have in our country are, first, we are taking unified actions in taking care of the environment, raising awareness of what is happening to our environment, setting an example on how to save nature and slow down the process of climate change. Second, are initiations of forming an integrated approach against poverty in form of aiding their needs and donating food and clothes for them to survive their everyday lives. There are two challenges when it comes to taking care of our planet. One is that poverty is still one of the largest problems around the world, especially in developing countries, who are getting exploited and abused with doing jobs with almost without rest, and factory workers getting salary below what the average of what they should be getting, resulting into many employees getting their leave or being unemployed or working and applying to other countries for their family to survive. Second, although we already been taking actions on how to save our planets and our environment, there are still industrial companies and corporations that are still taking advantage of our forests and mountains, mining and cutting down the trees. There are still a lot of clogged rivers and carbon emitted smoke from cars. There are still a lot of things that is needed to be done in order to achieve our common goal. But with faith, determination, discipline, and a good leader, we can make this world a better home that is given to us by our Father, God.
In the first part of Faith Exposed by Laudato Si, at the end of the video there was a quotation that I think would remind all of us why we are here, why we are all related, and what is our purpose. And I quote, "Everything is related, as we human beings are united as brothers and sisters on a wonderful pilgrimage, woven together by love God has for each of his creatures, and which also unites us in fond of affection with brother sun, sister moon, brother river, and mother earth." As I watched the video, I cannot help but to feel sad and bad about what's the situation of our ecosystem. a lot of people, including us, are advocating about recycling, using eco-friendly products, minimizing the use of electricity and water, as for we cannot tell how long or how far our resources could go. Despite all the advocacies, a lot of people are still having a hard time contributing for the betterment of our society and ecosystem. Another issue is global warming. We are already experiencing global warming gradually, and it is hard to avoid such horrible situation if we cannot control or we don't know how to control and take care of God's creations. I hope that these videos could reach more and more and more audiences to help them strengthen their faith and help them to spread also the awareness with what's really going on with our planet.